All right, now everything should be working. Oh. Oh. Okay, perfect. Yay! Why does my OBS look weird? Does my OBS look like it's not working to you guys, or is it just me? Can't hear anything either. Ugh. I don't know what's wrong. There we go. Is it just really slow? I think that's what it is. Everything's moving really slow. I don't know what's wrong. So weird. Can you hear me, Layla? Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, here we go. Are we working now? Okay. Hold on.
Oh, my bad. I was literally talking the whole time.
Okay, now everything seems to be working. Was it just moving
Okay.
really slow?
I have no idea.
That's so weird.
I didn't know I was muted because I was trying to edit the stream. the
Alright, welcome to the channel, you guys. This is the Athena Alliance, and we are hosting a show, Angelic, Layla, and I, called the Indie Altar, where we're going to be showcasing a whole bunch of indie games, playing their demos, discussing them, and then hopefully having guest appearances of many of our friends and some of the publishers as well on the show in the near future. Experiencing a little bit of some technical difficulties, but I think everything's starting to smooth out, so I'm good with it. I just need to find the chat. I lost the chat, but I'm gonna find it.
Yay.
It's here. It's here. Hold on. Hold on. No, I don't. Theater mode. Haha! There it is. I can see chat now. Perfect. Perfect.
Awesome.
All right. Well, we're so excited to have you guys come by and hang out with us. Oh, the chat looks pretty good too. Okay.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, everything looks pretty all right now that everything's sort of been settled and stuff. That's cool. Right? Can't have a stream without some wallops in it.
Right. Always.
Right.
Always.
Always something going on. All right, very cool. So we're gonna be going over 4 games. The Ballad of Bonky. We have we have You Suck at Parking, which Layla and I kind of talked a little bit about offline because I was like, yo, that game's insane. And then of course we have Lost in Space and Jupiter Moons. When I was playing Jupiter Moons, the dev was in chat and he was like, what did you do? Oh yeah, he like commented on my Twitter page and they were like, oh, don't worry, Legend, people always die the first time. I was like, thanks.
Right.
Words of encouragement right there. I appreciate that. Trying to make me feel like less awful but that wasn't the first time that I died, nor was it the last. So what did you think about Ballad of Bonky? How did you like it?
Okay. So Ballad of Bonky was probably my favorite game out of the 4 that we played. I think that it was very, the mechanics are really easy. It was just pretty simple for anybody to play. The directional, you can just use like your directional pad, or you can use the um, WSD and then C just to hit. So I think that it was very basic and easy to use. And then whenever I was playing, um, I was really. How did you feel like whenever you were fighting the enemies? I was at first I was confused and it threw me off. Like when you ran into the tech the
It was
tower.
kind of, yeah, it was a little weird at first because I wasn't really sure how to play, to be quite honest with you. Like it was really bizarre, the whole
Uh-huh.
setup of it, because I was like, because it said you could like co-stream it, you know, so like I was trying to get King involved, and I was like, yo, but he was like, no, like he kept moving my character and not.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think what it is for the co-streaming is it's like you take turns and like maybe like challenge each other or like PvP it for the most part. But once I got the hang of bouncing everyone around, that was really funny. That was funny. I didn't like the dogs though that like threw something at you, right? Because when they got mad, they were red.
Yes, I hated I hated them too. Like not even like not in a I didn't like it, but they were just very annoying because they would turn right and then charge at you and then knock themselves out. But when you have like two or three of them charging at you and you're trying to like get out of the way or trying to dodge the other ones, it was very overwhelming until I learned that you could just spam the hit button and just be okay. Like you just spam that hit button, they just like start because I thought that when they ricochet, if they hit you, it would damage you, but it doesn't damage you. So I was just like, all right, bet. So I just started hitting everything and making them ricochet into each other and getting like combos and stuff. So it was fun.
It was fun. I actually had a really good time playing it. It was a little weird though, but the graphics were really cool, which was awesome about it. I never like you've seen games that sort of do the whole claymation stuff, but you never really there aren't a lot of them that are out there, you know? Like there's those sort of like those few, but nothing that's very like good. Nothing that I'd
Yeah,
actually like
yeah.
want to really play. So it was really nice and neat how they had sort of the different aesthetic to it.
Heard. Are we frozen?
Yeah, we are frozen.
Huh.
I know, right? I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out this whole time, but I'm like, you know what? It's fine.
No, you're good.
We'll just keep streaming. What can you do?
Heard. I'm cool with that.
Right, we can do about it. It's weird. I
Um,
don't know why. I have no idea what's going on. I think it's the restream. I think we should have done it my way, where I did it through Twitch and just that's right though. I just don't know what's
heard.
going
It's
on.
okay. We can
Yeah,
just
no, it's fine. It's
wing it.
whatever.
You know.
We'll just do it like this. This calls me. So the Ballad Bunkie is available on Steam. They do have a demo that you can play for free. Copy link address. It's a bouncy arcade adventure where you get to whack your enemies, shoot them bouncing around the room like bullets, fight cute evil baddies and epic bosses, solve puzzles, and then cover the truth alone or together with a friend. Those I like the puzzle where you had the spotlight. Do you remember the spotlight one?
Yes. I
That was fun. I really liked that. That was hard. And then I didn't realize that the it took me a minute to figure out that you had to mess with the screws.
Yeah, okay. So the screws one whenever we first started this story, I was like, "Oh, I'm missing stuff. I missed the burger. I missed the bolts and all that
Mm.
stuff." Okay. But like I didn't get I didn't take the time to get what you got from those. I know that you got the extra heart, but I didn't know what the burger and like the screws and all this stuff did for you as like a power up
I
or
don't think it
whatever.
did anything for you, honestly. I think it was just like your whole point was to get it and like try to beat your homie and see who got the most. But the keys were integral in having to
Ah.
like I don't know what the keys they unlocked. They unlocked like other rooms and like the elevators
Yes.
and stuff. You had to get that, but yeah, that was the only weird thing. And why was that bunny following you? That was odd to me. Like I didn't get.
Puncho
Yeah, he just.
He was trying to get the evidence of the aliens.
Well, I know trying to get the evidence of the aliens, but he could have helped out a little bit.
Oh,
You
that
know,
part.
he could have helped you out like just a teeny bit. Like he just stood there and he didn't even try to help you at all. Like, he's supposed to be the homie. Like, I get
Right.
that, you know, trying to like
I feel that. Hey,
I was
Sapphire,
like,
how you
yo,
doing?
what is
But
going on?
yeah, no, he did. You know what he actually did? Whenever you know where you got to the guards, the guard dogs and the guards, um, I got caught and I respawned all the way to the beginning, and Puncho was running back to meet me at the entrance and like move the boxes all the way up, and I was like, "What the?" I have to move that box backward. It like messed up the course, and I was like, "What the heck?" So that's what Puncho did.
Oh, that's what he did. I was like, dude, he was really starting to annoy me because I'm like, dude, you're just following me around and you're not doing anything. He was funny, it's a cutscene, but I was like, seriously. Seriously,
So if you
sir.
play multiplayer, is the other person Puncho?
No, no, it is not Poncho. It's not Poncho. King was able to take over my person, and it was not cool. It wasn't cool. I didn't like it. It was weird. I was like, "What do you mean? Stop touching the." I was like, "Put your hands up! Stop touching the controls." Because I thought we kept moving them at the same time because I thought that he was gonna be, but no, he doesn't. Does like Poncho. Besides, have following you around and like recording shit. Poncho literally does like nothing in the beginning of the game. Like, I don't know if he serves a purpose towards the end, but he just bothered me, to be honest. But there was a little bit of a puzzle glitch that I ran into with the elevator when I played it. It wasn't registering. Yeah, I didn't register. Also, I had to actually like get out of the game and had to restart it. And I was like, yo, did I break it already? I was like, yo, that's not cool.
Oh, what happened? Tell me, because I just remember I had an issue too.
Oh, I don't. It had something to do with the keys. I was putting the keys into the thing, and it was like the words popped up, but it didn't. It wouldn't let me register and go through the elevator at all. So I had to stop and then redo that whole thing. Because it's a roguelite. Once you end it, you have to start back to the beginning.
Right. Okay.
So what was fine? What issue did you have?
So when I was in the elevator, the elevator where they're shooting the lasers at you, and you have to like slap the little dog thing or the green dog into the other animals or whatever they were. I think they were cats. So that you could clear out the two elevators so you could make it to the bottom.
Yes, I do remember that part.
So I died 13 times doing that. And in between of doing that part or playing that part, the green dog or bunny, whatever it is, dropped down from the elevator but stayed there. Like didn't move. It was frozen.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, right? Because you don't realize that like halfway through dying through the whole stupid thing, you can move the elevator up and down.
Yes.
That took me forever to realize that because I was like, dude, how do I kept like, I was like, dude, do you jump? Man, just jump. Like, dodge. Jump.
I couldn't. I was like,
I was so mad. I thought maybe that I had broken it. I went into that too. I was so confused. I was like, really? I was annoyed at that point, honestly, because I had died. I had died that many times too. I didn't keep track. I'm sure you died more than I did, though.
Yeah.
But I was like, if this keeps happening, guys, I'm gonna have to stop this game.
It was fun though. I had fun. That was probably my like I said, it was probably my top two for sure. Either my favorite one or my second favorite. Did you end up getting to the end of the demo?
I did. I liked the he reminded me, shit, I forgot the cartoon again. When they had like the little like visual novel like speaking part, what was that cartoon? Where there was like a pirate and there's the candies and there's like Captain Knuckles and shit.
I was thinking of Gumby. It reminded me of Gumby, but I don't know what that. You said Clay?
Yeah, no, it's a weird ass cartoon. Hold on, now I'm gonna have to Google it. But there's like this guy called Captain. Hold on, yeah, there it is. It's Captain Knuckles, and there's like this whale. Oh, it's called Flapjacks. That cartoon Flapjack. That's what it reminded me of. Yeah, the talking of it. I was like, whoa. It had that weird. Okay. Dude, that guy's crazy though. Like Bonky's kind of messed up.
He is. He said. What did he say when you got to the counter with the lady?
And then you had to bonk her? Like, what was that?
I was like, That's one way to wake this lady up. She was knocked out.
She was out. She was absolutely out. That was like the craziest thing.
Yeah.
All right. Yo, I had a really good time playing it though. As you mentioned, the demo is available on Steam. Its planned release date is sometime next year. Usually with indies, I estimate, if they say January, always go at least like 2-3 months at a time. Because when they say that, maybe early access, but for the most part, it's not even like a thing.
Heard. I dropped the link in the chat.
I saw that. Thank you so much for doing that. All right, cool. All right, so this next game, y'all, it killed me. It really did.
I like how the demo is playing, but we're frozen.
I know. It takes a little bit for it to catch up. It's the weirdest shit. I don't know why it does that. It's so bizarre.
Where's Emmy?
I don't know. It'll catch up eventually.
Okay.
It did before. It'll catch up again. I don't know why it's being so weird.
Weird. Did you set it to where you're recording for like?
Yes.
The podcast. Okay, cool.
Yes.
I know that you were wanting to do that last time, so.
Yes, thank you so much for reminding me. I was like, I almost forgot, but I wrote a sticky note on my, and I like placed.
I like to catch this up while I'm eating ramen. It's like, oh, she's eating ramen.
What?
Bet.
Let's give her a close up. Let's zoom in.
Right.
Zoom in on it. So the next game we're going to be talking about is called You Suck at Parking. You drive, drift, and park. It's a simple, accessible, yet challenging game where parking is more important than your driving skills. You collect cars, learn new mechanics, challenge the world, and customize your ride in this ever-evolving parking simulator. It's developed and published by Happy Volcano Games, and it's considered a racing puzzle. They do also have a demo available. So all of these games that we're going to be talking about, and most of the games that we're going to be talking about in future shows as well, will have a demo that you guys can access. I love demos. I think they're awesome. I recommend, if you can, as a dev, put a demo out, just do it. Because to be able to at least get a taste of what the game might have to offer, I think will benefit you in the long run. But its set release date is in 2022. Single player, Steam achievements, full controller support. And it also does have a level editor, so you can make your own tracks if you want to. And you can challenge other players, so it does have that accessibility. They're going to have, I believe, like a leaderboard. So you guys can go through. Keyboard and control, I liked it on keyboard and mouse better than I liked it on controller, to be honest. It really wasn't as it wasn't as smooth, I thought, with controller. How did you play? Did you use keyboard and mouse, or did you play? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I used the keyboard because I played keyboard on all the games. It was a lot smoother. Not saying that my skills were smooth whatsoever, but it was a lot easier to control.
Yeah.
Using the keyboard.
It was weird. I didn't. Oh wait, sorry. I'm all like overloading our stuff. I didn't like it. It was weird because you had to sort of like double joystick and you couldn't get the whole thing. And having to park is hard. Okay, it doesn't. I thought you could reverse, but you can't. Like once that car stops, that's it. It's done, and then it rolls you out a new car. And You were surprised by this, Layla, when we were talking offline. But you can actually run out of cars. It'll tell you, run out of cars.
Yeah,
no more cars for you.
I didn't know you can run out of cars. You can also run out of gas.
Yes, you can run out of gas.
I was like, what the heck? And there was a couple where it was like it reminded me of I don't know how to explain it, but I liked the reload time. Whenever you like crash your car or your car stopped or whatever, it doesn't take long to get another car, or you can just skip it all together and press like R and get a whole new car. I changed the car as my car was flying off the cliff. Like, so
Did
I
you
was
really?
watching it
I
as
didn't do. I thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious. I did. Did you do any of the other levels? I did the camping one, and the camping one was hard because I ended up like I yeeted the car so much. I kept knocking over like the tents and like an RV, I think, and then like my car got stuck between like this tree and this build. It was hard. It was.
yeah.
I didn't think this game would be so difficult, but it was so hard.
It's a good stress reliever game or raging game, either way. Like, if you're like frustrated and you play this game, it will frustrate you enough to where you could go back to doing whatever you were previously doing. Like, kind of like a Super Hexagon, where I
Yes,
love that
would have
game.
to agree with you there. Yeah, but I did at least park one car at each level I played in like one parking spot. But I kept like overcorrecting or like I don't know, maybe I'm just bad at turning, but I guess I kept overcorrecting and so I would actually like just kind of end up stopping right up against the guardrail and then I was like, God damn it.
I feel
Damn it. I
that.
couldn't do it.
There was a stage that I played called Road to Heaven, I think. Um, that one was fun because there were like little bumper portal things that pushed your car like and shot it up over cliffs and stuff. So it was a lot of fun. And there was like another stage where you have to drive off road over a rock, like over this boulder situation to like push yourself over into the parking spot. So they get really creative with the obstacles for sure. I know you're still muted.
Was it the cone one? The ones with like the cones around it and you had to kind of like hop to 3 different spaces?
Yes, that one. And then you could like still turn and park at like over this like bridge area, but you had to like
Oh
hop
yeah,
over
that
the
one
rails.
was easier I thought than most of them because once you got like a good lift, you could pretty much like yeet yourself over to the. I got close so many times to that parking space. I couldn't do it to where I could get like the inside of it. It was really hard. Like I kept getting like stuck. That was my problem was that I kept overcorrecting and then I kept getting stuck.
Heard. I'm terrible at driving games anyway, but it was a lot of fun. I've had more fun trying to park than trying to win a race. I will say that. But
I did. I like that too. I would have to admit. I absolutely liked parking it more than I like drifting it. That was fun. it was weird, but I didn't run out of gas as often as you did. It looks like I just ran out of. Like you kept saying
I
no more
only ran
cars.
out
You
of
can't
gas one
play, and then it
time.
would kick me out. And I was like, what? Because if you run out of cars, that's it. You can't play no more. It won't give them to you. But I like how you can get different cars. So you get like a truck, get like a little 4-door. You get a little thing. I thought it was really neat though that you can actually unlock outfits for your car and like customize it. I thought that was like the cutest idea to it. But this game was hard. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. Um King already has it on his wish list. He's like ready for it once it releases.
Heard.
But I remember we played this game on Potions and Pixels, and it was not nearly as well developed as it is now. So I was really surprised by um the differences. You can tell they've really worked hard. And I like the environment was really cool. I didn't get to play with the level editing too much. I think King did, and he liked how easy it was to set up. But I really like how it was just. Did you do the one where you could like hop? You had to like go inside this force field, and then it would like boost you to like the other thing.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That you can go to the portals and it will throw you over the cliff or into like ledges and whatnot. I thought that was fun too. It was good. I had a good time playing it. I think it's like I said, it's a good game to like just play casually or just to do something really quick or in your meantime or spare time, and then go do something else. You don't have to commit very much to it. So
Yeah, I do. I like that. You don't have to commit if you don't want to. It's not really that big of a deal if you decide that you aren't gonna. If you want to go hard at it, you like by all means like. It's not something that I would go hard at, but
Mhm.
I really liked it.
Okay.
It was a really good game, and I do think that everyone should check it out as soon as they can. Hold on, I'm all like trying to scroll and look at the link when all I really have to do was like just this.
Hey, Sapphire. Thank you for the biddies. I appreciate you.
Ta-da! All right, so this next game that we're going to be talking about is called Jupiter Moons Mecha. I liked it because it has like this card deck building schematic to it. What's neat, I found, like going through like all just a shit tons of indies, is that there seems to be a pattern where there's roguelites, narrative stories, that everything is kind of like deck building at this point. It's really sort of interesting how there seems to be this theme that's happening. But with this game, you get to choose your mech, customize your loadout, and build your perfect deck. You experiment with cards to find powerful combinations as you enjoy the tactical combat and deck building in this roguelite adventures. It doesn't have a date for release, but it is developed by both Rock and Bushes. I tried following them on the LinkedIn, but they don't have it. They do have a Twitter available, so you guys can follow it there. It does have turn-based tactics. It's a single player, team achievements, full controller support, though I did not use controller. I actually just went full just mouse with this one. And there is a prequel available too, sort of like a prologue. What I liked about this is that the cards were really, it was weird. It was like, it kind of made me feel like I was playing like Yu-Gi-Oh in a sense, because you had to sort of like bring your card up and then place it in the area that you wanted to place it. It took me a minute to get used to it because did you notice you have the health cards and then you have the attack cards, right? And then you have to sort of like choose which, and then you overheat too. So not only are you having to like be wary of the enemies that you're fighting on this planet, but you also have to take care of your mech. You got to repair it. You have to boost the shields. You have to like make sure you're cool. It was really neat how each card was really specific in playing a hand at how it worked for itself. Did you like how you organized the weapons? Was that something that you thought was really neat, or?
Yeah, I like that each there was specific spaces for certain items. This is actually my favorite one. This is my favorite game that we played. So out of the four. Um so I like how they kind of like split everything up, and I was confused at first because you can have multiple lasers. It's like it doesn't matter what's in that box, like as long as it all fits in there. So like I wanted to like discard. I didn't know if I needed to discard my lasers or whatnot, because it seems as though each item also is equipped with your cards, like the cards in your deck that you can use
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for as well, or like how it buffs the tactics cards that you were getting to increase your damage, and you were also getting different software pieces, and you can get epic or legendary software pieces, so you can like replay the level to collect and build your deck before you go to the next level as well, which I learned on the second round because I died, and then I was like, well, okay, gotta go back, and so I went back and I collected more cards for my deck and then continued to go. So yeah, that was definitely my favorite one. I like using I liked that style. I wasn't aware that I would enjoy it so much, but I played that one the longest. I feel like if not I played Ballad of Bonky the longest, and then that was the second one.
I liked how it was sort of your first person view. I didn't think it would be like that. I thought it was going to be more like just like third person, but you're in it. I love the perspective of being inside of the mech. That was actually really, really cool.
Yeah, yeah, I can
I
see
like
that.
that. That was neat. I thought that was really cool. I liked all of it. The only thing I think that confused me was it always takes me a minute. I'm not very good at the whole I guess grabbing cards and like boosting yourself. So it took me a minute to like realize how to sort of play the cards to get at the enemies, because that first boss, the dev was in my chat. I was telling Layla this offline. So the dev was in my chat, and I don't even know if like he mentioned that he was, but he did comment on my Twitter that he was quite. Don't worry, Legend. everyone dies the first boss they run into, and I was like, wait, that made me feel so much better. But I died quite often. It was so easy to just overheat or not be aware, and then you have to make sure that when the bad guys hit you, what area of your mech that you have to repair. Is it the leg? Is it the arm? Where's your armor at? Like, where do you boost? And then there's like the different like levels, so you could like level each one. This was really sort of intriguing as far as just game mechanics itself, because it was really super easy to be able to upgrade your mech if you needed to, just switching it out. And if it didn't belong in a spot, like it wasn't gonna go there.
Right, right. I like I said, I loved it, and I literally was telling my chat like I'm gonna play this whenever
Mhm.
like it comes out because I was upset that once you beat the game you have to start over. I was like, all my things, I lost all my things, so I can't wait to actually play it. I died twice throughout the entire thing, so I enjoyed myself playing
Oh,
it
see,
for
that's
sure.
why you liked it, because you didn't die as many times as you did.
Well, because I play, um, I played the whole. I'm a Digimon fan, Pokemon, like card game, Yu-Gi-Oh. So I definitely have played the deck building, not really on an online game or on console or anything like that, but more so in person. So I liked it actually playing it on as a game for sure.
I just thought it was really neat. It was nice and colorful, and I liked how the background was very just. It had a really nice aesthetic vibe about it. Like if you've ever wanted to be inside of a inside of a mech suit, like that would definitely be your opportunity to do so. Like the next Titanfall game, but they have other games too that they've also released, or that they're planning to. Um, but both seem to run around this storyline itself, and it did have a bit of a narrative background to it, which I thought was really neat. A lot of times with deck building you don't really get that much of a story, but for you to be able to sort of figure out why this alien AI is corrupting all these machines, and why it's sort of corrupting this planet just in general, was sort of neat how it led into that just a little bit.
Yeah, I guess I needed more, maybe because I didn't really dive deep into the backstory of everything or whatnot, but I didn't know what the reasoning was for like the war, these enemies, or like where they came from or why they look different and all that good stuff
Mm-hmm.
either. So I definitely am. It is just a demo, so I am curious to play more and see more from definitely this game for sure.
Yeah, I really, really liked it. I'm excited to have it come out. And like I said, it's not supposed to come out till sometime next year. It says before next Jovian. I don't know what that means. I wonder if that's like some type of weird sci-fi joke that I'm just I'm probably not getting. But they did win a
Maybe it
couple
was
of awards.
species.
I
Maybe the
don't
species
know.
or
Is
the
that what it
galactic
is?
planet or the galactic area. I don't know. I don't
Maybe
know.
it is. Maybe it is. That sounds really familiar. There was one game. It did sort of remind me a little bit. You're right, now that you mentioned the Battle Galactica, because it did sort of have like that weird, like all the way that the machines are shaped itself. It did shape just like the ships that they had in the series, which I thought were really cool. Now, you were excited the last time when we brought this up on the first episode. You were really looking forward to the Lost Soul, because you said that it really had this it really has a Wally vibe to it, and I think it's actually like
It does. It was
based
cute.
on Wally. There's a cute little video that the dev has on on the Steam page. Dude, why can't I find, hold on. Boop, 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 boop. That's why, because there's no the in it. Last.
I was looking for the last soul as well.
Right? I did all the
Whenever I was
time.
going
It's like
through my
not.
Steam.
Yeah, I was like, what? I know I have this game. Like, this game is like here somewhere. All right, let me post the game link to you guys in chat. I don't know what's like messaging me. Stop that. All right, and now I have to last soul on this one. All right, very cool. Let's try this. There's this way, look. And then there's this way. So fancy. All these fancy screens. I don't know if I like the borderless one. That one's a little. But this one's cool though. Except for the chat. We can fix that one a little bit. Oop, push it. Chat looks so good on this. I have to honestly say, it looks so much. Yeah. It looks really cool. Oh, that's right. Okay, here we go. I know. Right. Okay, let me pause this. I wanted you guys to actually get a listen to this video because he does sort of go into depth about. Let me just pause it. Pause. Thank you. Pardon me, guys. Excuse me. They do have a Kickstarter as well, so you guys definitely want to check it out. But this is the really cute game. I want to go. All right, this video, but I want you to pause. Thank you, sir. I'll go back. Hold on. There it is. Ah, there it is. Okay, now we just have to do the sound. I got this. System sound. Alright, that should. Alright, cool. Alright, that should work. We just gotta squish him. There we go. So he can be in like the little frame.
When I created Bob, the idea, the conception that I have in my head that I brought to Marcus Oriente was to let's create something that could be like the song between Wally and Eva. I'm a big fan of the story of Wally and Eva, the world of Wally and Eva, and I want to convey as well something related like to the personality of Wally, which is a good guy. Our Bob is a good guy, but with the power of what could be Eva. And the journey of Bob is about discovering who he is and trying to understand why the rest of the robots in the world are trying to destroy him.
I thought this was so super cute. This whole entire game. He runs like a bunny. Did you notice that?
Yes. I did. I did notice because
Did you notice the bunny?
I dashed off the ledge I don't know how many times. So there's that. I was terrible at this game. It was so cute. So you can use the shields to jump up on? What the Yeah, I was terrible at this.
It was horrible.
Whatsoever.
Yo, okay. So having to shoot was really weird, right? Was the double jumping tricky for you? The double jumping weirded me out because I was like, what the frick? Like, what is? It was weird. The mechanics of the whole thing. I didn't like it at first, to be honest, because the way that you have to shoot and you have to aim and then jump. And then you said too, jumping on the shields. Are you serious?
That's what I just saw. I was like,
really?
I didn't even think to do that.
No.
I was just terrible. Like, I guess when it came to one shooting, it was hard for me. I really wanted to go to controller. I don't know if you played controller or you did mouse and keyboard because
I did controller. And it was tricky. I did not do mouse and keyboard with this one at all. I couldn't even imagine doing mouse and keyboard.
I literally kept darting off of stuff, like darting off of the ledge of the platform. I'm already terrible at platformer. So like this is not to take offense or take against the developer because some people are just good at platformers.
Some people are just horrible. Yes.
No, I'm terrible at them. So I couldn't get the jumping and shooting situation because every time I would use my mouse, I would go to my dual screen. Like I'm trying to use my mouse on the actual game, and I would start clicking on the dual screen on my other screen, and it would go away. And I'm like, how did my mouse get over there? So it was terrible for me because I couldn't do it with both my screens. I kept exiting out of the game and getting shot up and dying. So I was like, I can't do this.
That's the one thing that bugs me a lot, that a lot of developers don't pay attention to, is that when you can't like adjust the screen, it's really weird. Like if you really have to be careful with how you, what did Tony say? Like, where's your README file? You know, tell me what keys that I need to do to like use this thing and what speed that I can adjust it at. Because if you're not careful, like with this game, it was hard just using the jetpacks in general too, because I would forget that I could use it because
that
it was just weird. It was weird. It was so cute though how he hopped like a bunny, but it was also so hard because he hopped like a bunny. Like I felt like I couldn't. And then when he could, it didn't even look like he could grab on the thing, but he did kind of grab on the thing like when you had to. And then you had to like run, and the running and jumping thing was a little weird for me. Like I didn't like that. It was weird. It was different.
I definitely feel like I said, this is just user error for me. Some people are good at like, the platformers and being able to. This is why I can't play Fortnite. I can't run. I cannot shoot and build at the same time. Like I personally just can't do it. So when there's too many things that you have to do at the same time, it overwhelms me as a person. So I did have fun. Everything's cute. The art's cute. Graphics are great. Love it. I'm just bad at it, so it's gonna take me a lot longer to get used to that.
Yeah, the puzzles were really easy to figure out. It was sort of like self-explanatory, but for me too, I felt like there were just way too many buttons going on and way too many things that I had to do in order just to get like little dude over to the other side of the thing, because you have to jump really freaking far, but it doesn't seem like he boosts fast enough for you to be able. And if you don't time that double jump right, you like yeet, like you. Like and those things hit you hard. The bad guys that were flying were weird because they did that weird like old school like the flying guys were hard because they did that weird old school like bullshit where they would like fly close to you and then back up and then it just went like this weird ass circle.
Exactly.
You had to like
by the
hop
time
around.
My brain knew what the next move was, I was already falling to my death. Because all the buttons that you have to press, like the dash and then the sprint and the jump and all, it was just too much for me. Overloaded. I broke. My brain broke.
It did. I feel you on that one. It was way too many keys for me too. I love the aesthetic of it. It's published and franchised by Bonus Stage Publishing, and its release date is set for sometime April, May. Again, for me, that would be probably more early access than full game completed, like totally done, no glitches, no nothing. But here's hoping. Sometimes you really want their estimated dates to be whatever, but for the most part, it's like as an indie streamer, you just know it's not even going to work it. They have a Discord, they have a YouTube, and they do have other games too that they have produced as well. Their Kickstarter is available for this game, but The Last Soul is a 2D pixel art shooter action platformer with a compelling story about a future where mankind is losing its will to live. You use shields to protect yourself from the bullet hell, and yes, bullet hell. Like they come rampaging at you, and you have to try to like jump and dodge and. The shields were annoying. That was like the most annoying part of the whole thing was the shields. Like the jetpack I probably could have been able to handle, but it was the shields that were just stupid because I was like, yo, and then I kept, it got in my way for the most part because I would end up jumping on top of it. Not even realizing it. Yeah. And then look in the video and like if you scroll down, he like jumps on the shield and then he hops up on the thing. And like I never would have figured that out. I would have like tried to like dash run it. It was just weird. It was weird. It was definitely a different type of bullet hell because it's side scrolling. It's not what you would expect if you were playing like Gungeon. It was really weird how it was like a dungeon crawler, side scroller, shoot 'em up. It was crazy. Great game, like super cute. I'm excited for the story. It does have that Wall-E sort of aesthetic and that vibe to it. But you play as an AI robot tasked with saving humanity. Explore and fight your way through tens of distinct regions. Enjoy the amazing pixel art graphic and immersive music style. The music was fire. It was not annoying.
Yeah. I literally had people in my chat talking about I'm getting it just because the music is bomb.
Dude, like... I would just get the soundtrack alone because it was crazy. I love because with these games the music is repetitive. It's just the same tune over and over again. But if you can vibe to it. While you're playing this game, stuck on some on some stuff like that's yes. That's definitely a good game. You can discover Easter eggs, boost your points, and get a totally different skin from the rest. And it is built to be a speedrunner type game. As I mentioned, they do have another game out. Hold on, let me go to their Steam page and try to find it for you guys. There it is. It's part of the Bonus Stage Publishing franchise. Sunblaze, which is similar. It's very roguelite, very platformy, puzzle, and includes 14 original soundtracks from the game. I'm gonna assume that this one has original sounds as well. And the prologue, it looks like you can play on Windows and on Apple, so that's cool, on your Mac and PC and on Steam, so that makes it accessible because then you can play it on all kinds of platforms. And it was just debuted October 19th, so the demo's fairly new. I do know that they are super interested in getting a lot of backing for this game, so if you guys can share the Kickstarter, go to the Kickstarter and help them out, that'd be awesome too. Here's the page for their franchise event. Now, I don't know if you guys know this. I don't know if you knew this, Layla. But I recently learned that there apparently is a indie media exchange, and they were doing this event on Steam, which showcased a whole bunch of indie games that are coming out again later on in the year. There's so many games that are happening right now. It's really cool, and I'm super excited for it. So I wanted to share with you guys just a few. I figured with the demos, these were really short. Sometimes with visual novels, they can be about 45 minutes to 2 hours, depending on the storyline. But if it's like something like these, where they're just sort of platformers, quick sort of speed run trial games, the demos aren't going to take you that long. 20-minute tops, maybe 30 minutes at most. So I figured we would probably run through these games pretty quickly. So I wanted to go over some of the games that we have. Now, they had listed in different categories. They had just the basic indies that were coming out, and I think a lot of these games just applied for it. And they were able to get in. They also had a wholesome snack, which games that are just, like it says, just totally wholesome. No epic violence or bloody gore happening in these games at all. And there's one that's called A Garden Witch's Life, which I thought Faulty would love. And the Ranch of Rivershine, which is like a 4-player co-op where you get to live on a ranch and like raise horses and stuff. I'm going to show you guys that. It's really cute. And the one that I found the most on my Twitter feed is called Little Kitty Big City, where you play as a cat and you're lost. You're like lost in the city. They also showcase Black voices in gaming. So Slime Heroes Onsen Master, which is okay. Onsen Master is hard. I don't know if I'm supposed to like tell y'all that I'm in the playtest of it, but I am. And it's tricky. It's fun. It's one of those games where I'm super excited. I'm gonna show you. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna show you right now. But it's crazy because you know those Asian bathhouses? That's basically what it is. Yeah. So you're trying to do like these herbal baths for these customers, and you have to make sure that you pick the ingredients. You got to grind it up. You have to, it's insane. So this is what it's called. Dude, look, isn't that like the craziest thing?
Okay, yes. It reminds me of Overcooked. Or like that style.
It is amazing. There's actually this game called Lemon Cake that's made by Eloise. I want to show you her game too. You'd really like it. Not this one. I want this tab. Thank you, my dear. This is the tab that I wanted. Thanks, Steam. Oh, and I gotta go back and look it up. Oh my gosh, the life of a streamer when you have like a crap ton of tabs open. Right? Like sometimes I want more screens, but then it's like, oh, that's a little too much. So Onsen Master is a hot spring customer management game where players must create ingredients to match the various customer ailments across the fantasy island of Izajima. Its release date is supposed to be sometime this year. It's published by Whitethorn Digital, which you guys will see a lot of in the indie scene. They have Epico that's out. They have a couple of others that were featured on here that are out as well. They're just a great publishing company, and they really sort of focus on more wholesome games. So if you're looking for that for like kids or just young teens, if you're trying to stay just something cool and casual, definitely look them up because there's something that you guys would really be interested in. All right, so you dive into this 1 to 2 player story mode. or take on others in a competitive couch player mode where you must work each other to manage your customers within the same hot spring. That's crazy. So it's a short and sweet single player story across 6 hot spring levels. You unveil the island of Izajima in a visual style novel narrative with a cute anime aesthetic. You can skip the story and dive right into arcade mode if you want, where you're just managing the story itself. It does have an original soundtrack full of tunes akin to feudal style fairy tale, and it supports both Xbox and PS4 controllers. Most of the time, you either need an Xbox controller. A lot of Steam games don't have that PS4 aesthetic, so I thought this was really cool. Now, in the story mode, a dark cloud has sprung over the island of Izajima, and its effects weigh heavily on the inhabitants. To top things off, mischievous spirits called yokai are also kind of running around and messing you up at the same time. As Mu, which is the character that you play, you've been tasked with filling the shoes of your now missing sensei, the great Onsen master, and it's now up to you to restore the balance and uncover what happened to the previous. Which I think is really cool. So you do have that time management, and it's hard. The playtest is it's hard because you have to go to each bath and then you have to clean it too at the same time. My children. So I am really looking forward to this game because it's hard. You have to clean the tub at the same time, which is super challenging. You have to make sure that, and customers will get mad. They'll get mad and they'll leave you. Oh yeah, they get really pissed off if you don't have their bath ready in time with the correct herb. It's not even, and it took me a little bit to learn the aesthetic of it because you have to actually sort of like spin the controller or like move the mouse as well when you're doing it, which is a little tricky. Usually in these games, you just sort of click and it does it for you, but you actually have to have movement with this game. So you have to roll like the herb, and which that even takes more time. And then you have to it's crazy. It was really hard for me to master.
You know,
but it was
like
still
the
a really
customer
fun
service
game.
games, the ones that implement or replicate.
Yeah, that's
customer
exactly
service.
what these games are. Some of them are really good. There's this one game that I have on Steam, which you have to build sort of like a murder house and like get people to come to you, and you have these skeletons that help you build, and you're like building parts of your house and you're trying to like trap people. It's really funny, but it's hard at the same time, so I never really last that long. It actually has the games I'm talking about, which I can't think of the title, of course, has Twitch integration, so your chat can totally mess with you and like do dumb shit while you're trying to like build your house and entice people to your home to like murder them. It's crazy. It's really crazy. The next game that they featured in the Black Voices in Gaming section is called Kind. Oh, hold on. I wasn't even on my home row. There we go. Let me bring it up on this Steam page for you too. Okay, so in this game, Kind Folks, a city where humankind and monster folks live in peace, has been taken over by a cruel monster folk general and given birth to a new era of human oppression and violence. Can you and the Adventurers Guild defeat Dartlock and the evil at the heart of the city in this real-time deck builder? It's set... Oh god, Vector, really? Thank you for that obscure fact. Anyway, the release date is set in January 2022. It's developed by Tristan Barona, Taco Pizza Cat Games, and also published by Taco Pizza Cat Games. Which, if you guys are familiar with that, they actually have like a board game, like a card game that they have, which is really cute, and it has like these really fat chubby cats on there. I like it. It's really cool. But it's an action card game action roguelike game, single player. It's fast-paced combat that requires efficient and creative decisions. Randomly selected enemies, events, and treasures will make each run different from the last. A variety of mechanics and cards allow you to play in different ways and suit your player style. See, there's like this weird sort of like card building deck narrative story that's kind of like happening. Oh, okay, this one you really like. There's actually like a story to it. So long ago in a land unlike the one you know now, a war raged between humankind and monsterfolk. After 5 years, the battle would end and humankind would rise victorious. Ozma, a human hero of the war, embraced peace between the races and proposed the erection of a city that would be a haven for humans and monsters to live in harmony. The city would be called Kindfolk. 5 years later, Ozma would pass away, and as agreed, a monster folk would take his place at the head of the city as a sign of trust and faith by the humans. Darklock, a cruel general of the Lost Army, this is like a read, would bring about a new wave of human hatred, oppression. Oppression would begin, and homelessness, violence, and slavery inflicted on humans would soar. Now, in order to prevent these growing atrocities from inciting another war, a team of adventurers have band together to put everything on the line to overthrow Darklock in the heart of the city. And then it says, will you and your adventurers guild be able to successfully destroy the evil in the deepest parts of Kind?
Yeah.
Dude, that's a deep story.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It looks like it's got turn-based tactics. What's with everyone in the
Yeah.
turn-based combat?
I'm cool with the
Like,
card. You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, oh, more cards, yay.
I like it. It's weird, but the whole like, it's again like it seems everyone's dude. Dog, do you want in or out, bro?
Uh-oh.
Like the second time, sir.
I feel that. My dogs, all three of them, sometimes they just be tripping.
Like, dude, do you mind? Seriously, I'm liking the art style of it. It looks super cute, doesn't it?
Yes. You know I love art.
I
So
know. I love
aesthetics
really?
are my whole thing.
I didn't highlight in my book which ones have the demos, but I think I'm pretty sure I have it like somewhere for you guys. So that I'll definitely post. So dude, as I was saying, there's all right, I'm gonna show you some like really good ones. There's this one that I saw. So, do you guys know the Vampire the Masquerade? Apparently, they came out with like 2 new games that are part of like the whole, I guess, Masquerade series. Now, I've heard of it. I'm not a big. Hold on. Vampires. Hold on. I think you have to actually look for it in the shadows of. Hold on. Sometimes there it is. Ha! Found it. What? Sometimes Steam just doesn't want to like you at all. It doesn't want to help you at all when it comes to looking for games. You're just like, I'm pretty positive this is what it's called, and it's like, no. Oh, I gotta enter my birthday on my meow. There it is. Okay. But your old life is... Yeah, it's crazy. It's a part of it. It's got mixed reviews. This is mixed and mostly positive, which is kind of odd. It was out. It's been out since September, but it's a part of like the whole Vampire the Masquerade franchise. There's this one, and there's another one that's called like the Courtier of New York. So I think it's about like their broods in each different clan, but it's written in sort of like a visual novel setting. But if you there's also a blood hunt. It's a PvP that's free too. That's part of the franchise as well. And you can actually PvP as a vampire. It's crazy weird, but there's a huge ass long story to this one. So there's a huge dude. It's a huge thing. I was like looking on it, and I was like, "There's a Shadows of New York. There's an art book. There's the Courtiers. There's dude, like it's a novel.
Nice.
Novel. It was really crazy. I didn't realize it had so much into it. Hold on, let me see. Oh, that's why, because you have to click on draw distance, I think. Yeah, so this is their page. specifically, and they have, oh, look at that. Doesn't that look so, it just looks so good. They have
It
this.
does.
They
I
have
love
another
this
game too that they're coming out
The
with
art is great.
called Cereal Cleaner. You flip
Oh,
on your
hell
flares,
no.
grab your shades, and hop in your station wagon. It's time to work as a mob professional cleaner. A good cleaner never gets caught, so you have to make sure you get in, clean up, and get out without leaving a trace of evidence in this stylish, award-winning 2D action stealth game.
That's actually pretty awesome. Not even gonna lie.
Right? That's crazy. I was like, what is this? But there's a
That's
whole,
funny.
yeah, there's a soundtracks, there's all this. They come up with a lot of crazy games. Like, I was so intrigued by it because here in Shadows of New York, your old life is dead and buried. You have no afterlife to look forward to, and your vampiric unlife is about to fall apart unless you solve an unsolvable crime. Welcome to New York City, and welcome to the La Sombre clan, where failure is not an option. But it looks really dope. Doesn't it look good? It looks
Yeah, no, it does for sure.
all of it looks so good. And there's different types of yeah, like I said, there's one that's like, it's like the blood hunt. It's crazy, and you can PvP as a vampire. A friend of mine plays it, and I was like, what are you talking about? Free to play, but yeah, it's just like, it's like playing PUBG, but you have to like run from this gas. You're like sucking people's blood, and it's like the weird, it's crazy. It's really crazy.
Thank
Now
you,
this one is
Parthenon, for
super
the
cute
host.
and looks a little bit more
Thank you, Chef.
wholesome. Yes, thank you so much for the for those. Oh, this one's really cool too. It's called Layla's Sky Arc.
All right, Layla's Sky Arc, and I'm all for it.
You're all
With
for
the
it. It's
sailors.
Lila, actually. I said it wrong. But it's very
Sky
cute
Arc.
because you welcome to the trippy
And
world
don't
of Rainbow
forget,
Arc filled with
I've booted
quirky
up the
characters,
doctor.
right? Puzzles, secrets, and more. Defend your home against a fleet of
Then I'm
deafening
not
airships
excited.
by using
So
alchemy
hide
to
the crew
craft and
and
throw
follow the
powerful
sheep.
weapons at deadly intruders.
Usually,
Not the
I venture out into the
intruders.
forest,
Right?
tease the bees
Oh, I
and
love the
flowers,
colors.
Right? It is
explore the
so
caves for some
Colors.
magic. Ahoy, sailors! Let me.
It is so cute and wholesome. It's developed by Monolith of Minds, published by Graffiti Games, and as you guys can see, it really has sort of like that
The
pixel
monkey told
aesthetic,
me
which is
there's
awesome.
something wicked
The
in
planned release date
We
is
were
for
under
2022, and I believe they actually do have a demo to
grabbed
this
my
game.
alchemy and some
I
rocks.
think, or they did have
Beat
one.
the crap out of those
They might have one on itch. If
I chased them
you
down.
double check
went up
a
to
lot
their
of these
airships.
games on itch, you can actually play most of them, even if they aren't listed on Steam. They usually have something listed elsewhere, so always
That
keep an
was
eye
fun,
out for that
but
and double
also
check. But
quite
you never know.
exhausting.
Yeah.
Lila's Sky Arc is
I
a
went back
vibrant
to the
action
farm
adventure game
and
set in a
dropped
psychedelic
flat on
world
my
filled with
pillow.
strange characters, intense fights. One morning, Lila and
wonder
her
what my dreams
friends,
will bring
Mr.
tomorrow.
Kipchin and the Dr. Father Sir, okay, wake up to find themselves facing a grim foe, the Conductor, and his generals who have invaded the Sky Island to take all that is magical and useful. Oh, that's cute. You must unite the island's spirits and craft powerful weapons using alchemy to fight back. Use stone stools,
Ew.
titan eyes, infinite branches, and more weird items to fight off rabid animals, hordes of the Empire's soldiers, and fierce bosses with more heavy metal than you can stomach. Oh, that's cool. So you have 4 lively areas filled with wild encounters, challenges, and puzzles. It's a hidden story of loss and loneliness. So don't think that these games don't have some sort of hidden storyline to it. Oh.
Hmm.
There's always
For
is
sure.
always something going on with these things. You should, like, it's funny because if you're not careful, you get sucked into a storyline.
Yeah,
And
I
it
feel
becomes
that.
quite the plot. And it's in a lot of games too. The action, it's not just visual novels. Anything can be a narrative story if it has some sort of like epilogue, prologue, or just deep, thoughtful process to it. But this was really, really cute. And it was one of my favorites that I definitely wanted to show you. But this is
Yeah,
the one
no,
that
it's
was
cute
pulling
for
at
sure.
everyone's heartstrings on Twitter. Little kitty, big city, y'all. And let me tell you, this cat is adorable.
Aww.
And deserves
Like
a
it
home.
is adorable.
It is. It's so adorable. I love it. So you're a curious little kitty with a big person. Oh my god, I got jumped into the box. On an adventure to find your way back home, explore the city, make new friends, and wear delightful hats, and leave a little more than a little chaos in your wake. So it's probably like the Goose Game, like annoying people like along your travels, which is awesome. After all, isn't that what cats do best? Cats don't have deadlines, so the release date's to be determined. Double Dagger Studio both developed and published this game, but it's exploration cat. Oh my god. Yo. No way can I climb the side of it. Oh my god, give me the banana hat.
Mm. I cannot. They're cute.
I love it. Oh my god, it's so adorable. I only saw like the stills of it.
Right.
That's it. You're just a cat. That's it. Single player, full controller support. That's it. That's all you are.
I'm
You're just a
okay
cat.
with that. I'm fine with that for sure.
Right? You're just a cat messing around, doing doing cat things. Doing cat things. Cause of trouble. Right? There's this one game too. A lot of these games I didn't have. Oh my god, this is so cute. There's a Lumberbear Jack. Lumberjack is what it's called.
Huh.
Yeah, you get to grab your axe and save the environment, Layla.
Yeah. You know what I think of whenever I think of lumberjack though? Don't Starve. The lumberjack on there. Woody.
Oh yeah.
Woody turns into a beaver.
Yes, I don't like that guy. That guy is awful.
He is.
That guy is so bad. Why did you not want to go to its page? I just wanted to copy. I'm like, that's not a bear on my. Yes, I want to go there, Steam. Take me to the Lumbear. Jesus. Thank you. All right, here we are. I got double sources happening. Yeah, so you man-made thingy in your path you have to destroy by chopping up and recycling. So it reminds me of that game, I don't know what it's called, where you're like the big ball thing and you roll around and you collect the stuff. It's some indie game. I've seen people play it. I don't know what it's called. But that's all you do. You just kind of collect things in your path, and it has sort of that aesthetic. So your goal is just basically just to chop stuff up and save the environment. It's developed by Final Boss Games and published by Armor Game Studios. It's comedy, cute, nature, puzzle, funny. And its expected release date is going to be sometime next year as well. They do have a website, but you're basically just playing as a bear with an axe. You're chopping your way through forest construction sites and just different locations to utilize the elements in the world around you to help the environment. You're supposed to take down an evil corporation that's set on destroying nature as we know it.
Well, destroy nature as I'm just like, how do I feel about this? He's literally just going around chopping trees. But that person is the person that I'm controlling. So I'm just like, well.
Right. How are you saving the environment but also destroying it? If you're well, I guess because you're recycling it, but then when you recycle, what are you recycling it into? Are you recycling it back into nature? I don't understand.
I have no idea. I need to see this, honestly, because I'm just like.
This is crazy. Hold on, let me play the video one more time. Oh, okay.
All
Did he
right.
just throw trees?
He did. Okay. This makes a little more.
Oh, okay.
I see it. He's chopping down. Okay. He's turning things back into nature.
Okay, that makes
When
more
you
sense
drop
now that you're watching the
okay.
video, because I was really
Yes.
confused as to why I would. How am I supposed to be? Okay. Oh my god! And look, he just chopped something, and some person popped up. That's nice.
Right.
Boom! Ta-da! Plant seeds.
All right.
water in
I
the
like
garden.
those. I understand better now.
Right? That one was a little weird. I'm gonna show you something super kooky. This is also sort of like a multiplayer kind of couch co-op game. Oh my god, stop! First off,
Everybody
I need you to not play there. I need you to play on this screen. Paste to go to. Alright, here it is.
Everybody died, but the fun is still dodging the bullet hell, and he is ass-fished. You just died. How do you feel about it? This is the Crack Pet Show. The champions are on their way to the arena. A quick recap for our fans. The rules are super simple. To avoid killing us all, the animals can shoot only while standing still. Victory is secondary to becoming famous. Gain likes to enter next episodes. In our show, we want the heroes to milk their popularity. Shoot, loot, and fight your dude. You are watching this live thanks to our great sponsors who provide many tools of destruction. In our show, we never jump the shark.
Bunny just
Unless we need to revive a companion. In other words, sneak the sunrise past the rooster. Defeat bosses in all the seasons and become a legendary celebrity.
So there's a demo. It's in the doc.
The
Highlighted.
Crack Pet Show. Okay.
Highlighted.
It's like
in
Happy
the-
Happy Tree Friends.
It's crazy. How do you like? Is it how do you? What do you think?
Well, there's a lot of things that I wanted to point out for sure.
Wait, do you want to go back through the video? We can go back through the video. There's a lot going on there. We'll mute it, but we'll keep playing it. Yeah, it's a little.
Sure.
There's a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
to take in. Yeah.
We can definitely do that. Okay. Let's recap this. And not only as you go, your body starts to fall apart. What is it? The Crack Pet Show. The
Uh-huh.
minute that showed up, I was like, "What am I looking at? What is in that container?"
Yeah, you get
So-
to choose your bestie, gear him up, and go kill your enemies in the name of fame and sweet sponsorship deals.
Heard. Well,
That's like what we do now, right?
the splattered blood and the bodies exploding that's
It's
Yeah,
a
extra
cow for
points
me,
for that
is what it
kill.
is. Yeah,
This is great. That poor little cow. So
it's yeah,
cute.
it's a
They literally are fighting.
it's a little crazy, right? So they
I'm not
have
gonna
yeah,
lie, this
so
looks like
they're developed by Vixa Games, published by
That.
Ravage Games. It's early access. You guys can actually wishlist it. And like I said, you can't play the demo, so it's gonna be a little wonky. I haven't tried the demo yet. I'm excited. Y'all know we're gonna hit it up. It's got full controller support. You can remote play this together. So that means that only one of you needs to own the game in order to remote play it. Which makes it more fun for people. And you can have up to like 4 players playing it. So you can remote play with other people than just one, depending on how many people you can add to the game. So there's no excuse to not play this with someone and to
Right,
the
no, for
graphics
sure.
alone. The graphics alone are it's just crazy. Like look at it's crazy. It's so ridiculous. So are you ready to get famous? Grab your gun and join the most violent TV show in the history of violent TV shows. Participants will have to shoot, smash, and rip through hundreds of enemies on their way to victory. So this is like total death brawl deathmatch. Don't be discouraged by the giant effing bosses, which is literally what it says on the Steam page. It says giant effing bosses that are more than capable of turning your innards outwards, which, you know, we've seen. Just grab the best perks and weapons along the way. Make your gun spew molten lava all over the floor. Turn yourself into a berserker. And let your bullets bounce between enemies. All these things stack, so you have every opportunity to turn your Fury Warrior, furry warrior into a raging death machine. You'll still die though, that's just how life is, even for those who wield a railgun, but who cares about death when your audience loves you? Unlike real life, here you can make good uses of the likes you receive. Okay, that's funny. Your newfound fame. Oh, you could use your newfound fame to help upgrade every item. All right, so the more popular that you get, the more like you get to just amp your stuff. All right, that's cool. That's so funny. Invite your friends and party up with co-op mode up to 4 players. Oh, you can synergize with the team or bash their teeth in when they try to steal your power-ups. Oh, that's dirty. Every dirty trick in the book is valid, and every strategy works as long as you're having fun. And it is a roguelite. Shoot 'em up. So key thing here, roguelite means that it is repetitive. However, the map or something of the game changes, so it isn't exactly the same time each time you play. Roguelike is just repetitive, and it just same thing over and over again. So definitely keep track of that and be careful of that when you are choosing a game, because if you don't like things that are super repetitive, but you do like the chance to kind of like go back and start over a little bit, then roguelike Decay is one that you want to go for. But this game, dude, I would want to play this with friends. Could you imagine all of us playing it together? That'd be different. We could add it to the
Oh, for sure. It'd be complete chaos, and I'm here for it. Like, I feel like we'd have a lot of fun playing that. There's too much room for comedy and just
and savagery. I feel like there's going to be some savagery going on. I think Trash Art Games is going to cause a ruckus. You know, Demon Angel Clone is. You know, she's already like gonna start a riot.
Yeah,
I think Faulty would probably be like the stealthy.
Well, her and Boomy already proved that during the anniversary.
Yes, during the
it was
Among Us
her,
night.
Boomy, and you. Wasn't it y'all 3?
It was me. I was one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute.
It was me. I was trying to kill some. It was so funny. You could tell we were all like, it's so funny when you play Among Us and there's more than one bad guy, right? Because then you could you know who it is, and you're just like, so when you guys are all in the same room, you're like, well, is he gonna kill him or should I kill him? Like, who's gonna want to make the first move? Like, and then someone comes up and you both skedaddle like in opposite directions. It's like, oh,
right.
You know?
You're like, oh no. Like, everyone's scattered.
Everyone scatters all the time. It's crazy. So this is another game that's a little bit more shoot 'em up. It's called Outbreak Island. And as you guessed it, it involves an outbreak. But I thought it was really neat because I haven't seen a lot of these games out lately, right? I don't know if you've noticed, but there hasn't been a lot of sort of survival games, sort of like a little bit, but not not really. But it's a survival game with detective elements. You investigate the mysteries of an island and stay alive at any cost using a camera. What is with? Oh my god. Dude, I hate those games. We have to pay attention to a camera too. Like, that's so hard. Handcrafted weapons and deduction.
I haven't met anyone yet.
Oh, Victor, I didn't even ask you.
You know, it's beautiful.
And so what are the other games that we're going to be showcasing the next episode?
I swear to God, it's like my desk. The stupid desk robot is like Cliff from Cheers. Random ass weird trivia. Okay, all right. So the game that we're gonna play in next week with Zeldin Fairy. She's gonna be guest starring with us tomorrow next Thursday, but the Thursday after, so December 2nd. Territory. Have I not shown you this game? I haven't shown you this game, have I? So this is the game that we're going to be co-streaming next week. I'm actually supposed to have already have streamed it because it was like content that was due for me, but it's all right. I'll figure it out. We're going to be playing it all together next week. So you engage in epic team battles.
Colorful tail.
Yo, this is the only dinosaur that you can be. I'm hoping.
I'm happy.
Yeah,
This is cute.
I'm hoping that you can be more dinosaurs as it goes on. But there's different game modes that we can play that I want to check them all. We're gonna test them all out. But it's Conquest the Nest, Deathmatch. Everything is mostly PvP, but they do have. Oh, there it is. Okay, I got you. So there's 6 different game modes that you can play. Rescue the baby raptor. Well, you take control of a baby Dinochirus, which is what you play in this game, who has been spawned into this spooky world. You have to carry it through, thrive, and survive. This next one is called Conquerors of the Nest. It's a multiplayer mode of up to 52 players. So you're divided into 4 teams each. Be the undisputed conqueror of the nest by destroying the nests of the rival teams, compete with other teams, and become the rulers. You're basically just like wrecking stuff and trying to take over the world. This next one is supposed to be a lighthearted PvP mode. It's called Become a Foodie, where you're basically just eating in a festive meal competition. So it's like mukbang, but you're a dinosaur. And the team that eats the most wins the glory. Right? So it's like, all right. I was like, okay, I could do that. I could be on a team with dinosaurs and I just eat stuff.
Right.
The next one that they have is called Capture the Map, which is, you guessed it, it's kind of like Capture the Flag. In this fun mode, you need to strategically place your branded nests, the colors that belong to your team. At the same time, you need to remove your opponent's nets, and of course, you know, that's just what it is. They also have a head-on collision, which is a team deathmatch. So it's a heart-pumping multiplayer battle mode where the team with the most kills wins the battle. They do have 7 different maps. The one thing that I do like about this too is that they do have a free roam, which is the most played version, I guess, of the early access in this game, where you're just a dinosaur, you're just eating things, and you can either solo it and fight other people, or just kind of open world explore and, I guess, have like your own like brood. Would it be a brood? Have like your own brood of like reptiles, of dinosaurs that just roam the world. Role play as dinosaurs. Dude, people would do it. I would do it.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? But it's nice because I think the more that you play this game, you can actually customize your dinosaur, which looks really cool. Their website's sort of fresh, you know, so there isn't really a lot to it. But it is on itch as well, I think. And it's developed and published by Red Claw Productions. Now, I wanted to get the devs on the stream, but because they are overseas, it's just the time would be horrible. We'd have to stream it like 1 o'clock in the afternoon on like a Saturday. Like, he's only available on one day, like within this time block, and that's it. And apparently he's the only one that speaks English. The other one just speaks German. So I was like, oh, that's going to be a little tough, you know? So hopefully we can maybe do something pre-recorded and talk to him about his game, and then maybe just show it case to you guys a little bit later. But I like the aesthetic of it because
I'm off on Saturdays, remember? So.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. You are. Is it a Saturday? I don't remember what day it is, but I'll definitely get back to him and see which one, and then we can yeah, I'm cool. I can do an early stream, no problem. But this game is in early access. Which is really cool. Strategy, action, real-time tactics, 3D, casual. So yeah, this is it, basically. We're just going to be dinosaurs. I think it looks really pretty, though. Like, this tail especially looks really nice, doesn't it?
Yes. It is, like, you know, those are my colors. Like,
yeah.
So, you know, I'm happy.
But I thought you'd like this, too, because it's like Conan, but like you're a dinosaur.
Yeah. Exactly.
You can build your nest and fight other dinosaurs, and like, could you imagine? Look, the epic battle. Yo, I like this game. I'm excited to play it, actually, and I know that Zeldin is too. She's super excited to play it. We're finally in a group chat together, thankfully. And so we'll definitely be able to like talk about it more and get
Right.
it together. But I'm excited for it. And we're going to be doing this a lot, you guys. So we are going to have people that will be playing. We'll just be co-streaming too. So it won't be just sort of like this talk show aesthetic. But I like this. Isn't this game cool? At
Yeah,
first I was
no,
like,
for sure.
you know, but then if you're thinking about like just survival games in general, it's similar to if you were to play like Green Hell or like I said, Conan maybe. I don't know about Conan because I tried playing Conan when it first came out, but you know how it is with like beta stuff. It's so bad. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
haven't played it since.
I'm not gonna
but
lie, it's still very glitchy. For sure. Still very glitchy. But I just, once I binge on something, I just can't stop.
Yeah, right. I feel you on that one. And Funcom makes really good games. They have Secret World Legends, which is based off H.P. Lovecraft. They have Dune that they're working on that they're going to be releasing soon. They do have a lot of games that are really great that are free to play that you guys can check out. The Dune, I don't know if it will be, but I'm mostly excited for that. I saw on the LinkedIn they're actually looking for more like graphic designers for it and more people to add on
Ooh.
to that team. Yeah, so I'm hoping it'll be out really soon because it's something that's been in whispers um in the Funcom community a little bit over the years, but to have it actually be in fruition, I think is really cool because it coincides with the movie release too. So everyone's going to be even more interested in being part of like the houses and stuff. So I like that. But I like this game. I think it's really, really cool.
Yeah,
So
for
that's
sure.
basically it for us, you guys. This is the Indie Altar where we're going to be discussing a lot of indie games. If you guys do have a game that you like us to showcase, please feel free to reach out to me or Layla. I'm the Goddess of Indies, the Legend of the Star, and I usually stream here on Twitch. I do have my own channel, which you guys can follow me on as well, but I usually just stream indies all the time. If you're looking for something that's not AAA, that's probably where you're gonna find it is there. A lot of the games I play are sort of provided by devs and publishers, but for the most part, I just scour Steam and events, and Vector is dancing while I'm talking, which is really bizarre, but okay. He's like in a weird mood today. So that's been really exciting to do. And then of course we have our Goddess of Duality, Layla.
Hey, what's up? Yes, I am the Goddess of Duality. My name is Angelic Layla. You can catch me playing Shinobi Striker on my channel, which is Angelic_Layla. I also play the indie games that we showcase here on the Indie Altar. Outside of that, I'm either doing like tarot or doing some type of just chatting or whatnot. We pretty much just kind of chill and kick it on my channel, or we do so in the Discord where we watch a lot of anime together. So yeah, you can catch me on Instagram, Snapchat, all that stuff. That's where I'm most active. You can also find me on the Gamers channel sometimes, or on their social media as well. I'm an ambassador for them and all that good stuff. But yeah, if you want to play fighters or you want just some comic relief, I'm around for all of that. So.
Right, and she gives really good oracle readings. I've had her give me one. We still haven't talked about it, but it's cool. I will eventually, I promise. But she's really good at that too. So always make sure that if you're interested in something like that, definitely look her up, check her out. But she's on all the things, TikTok, and she manages a lot of the Athena Alliance stuff here too. So if you see any posts and things, that's our girl, Angelic Layla, on the social medias, which is cool. Dude, hitting up that Canva was cute. Dude, you should see us in the messenger, man. Layla's like,
Yeah.
Legend, do this. And I'm like, all right, bet. And then I do it. And then I'm like,
No,
Layla,
I
this
love
is
the
what's going
Libra
on. And
duo,
she's like, all right,
for
bet.
sure.
So, yeah, we're always communicatives. If you guys have something that you want to reach out to her about, you know, I'll find out about it too. We're really a good team on here, which is going to make things a lot of fun. And I'm excited to have Zelda on with us next week.
Yes.
She's super excited to stream with us as well. And it's going to be on December 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll, of course, be posting about it on all of our social media pages so that you guys can keep track of it. But thank you guys so much for coming out and watching us. Check out the games, talk about it, and for letting us show you more games that are coming out. I don't know if we're going to... I don't know what. I think Layla and I are probably going to talk a little bit more about maybe having a site where we can share some of these links with you guys. But you can join either one of our Discords or even the Athena Alliance Discord as well And if you ask us what games that we've played, we're more than happy to share them with you there too. But thank you guys so much for coming out and vibing with us. And we'll see you guys on the 2nd at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace.
Bye.